first order of business is this armrest. Every time I move around, I'll move it up, and sometimes I'll lean on this side and then lean on this so it gets loose. Here you can see the bolt, which is like these, I don't know the exact name of these keys, but it's like a hex key or something. I bought these a long time ago when I actually bought the van, and I had to take out the seats in the back. They had these kind of keys, so I just bought a whole set. It seems like it uses these in the van all over. This is perfect for the little bolt that we have there. I just have to tighten that up. Perfect. All right, first things fixed. This actually does happen from time to time. I keep this size key very, very handy. TORX T50. I always carry my tools with me, including a lot of ratchets and stuff like that, just so I can fix things like these, like things get loose, things get broken, you know, when I drive in the backcountry. I'm always happy to carry the tools with me, even though they're a bit heavy, just so I can fix whatever I need to fix on the van. If I can't fix it, then I'll take it somewhere, but for the most part, little things like these are pretty easy to fix. Okay, next order of business. Since I'm on this chair here, my seatbelt warning system doesn't recognize when I buckle in the seatbelt, so it keeps on chiming, and it's so annoying, and it chimes for about 10 minutes before it like gives up and doesn't chime anymore. But if I'm around town and I'm like running errands and I go to grocery shopping, then it chimes again, then I stop at the post office, and I'm like driving in chimes. I read a few things online on what could cause this, and one of the wires that connects to the sensors might be broken or loose, so I'm gonna look for that. If not, I might have to just pull the plug, which means hopefully there is a fuse. But now I'm thinking if the fuse is broken, it might just keep on shining. Maybe that's what it is. Let's find out. See that there? If I click my seatbelt in, that still doesn't go away. Chime right there, and once I start driving, it just goes like it starts just chiming a lot faster. Let's find out if this is it right here, and it's in French, so I'm not sure. If I unplug it, the airbags are gonna fly off. I plugged in and unplugged that plug, and let's find out right now. Still doesn't recognize it. The airbag didn't deploy, which wasn't very smart of me to actually unplug that. But I gotta find out what I'm doing here, and it seems like the last resort would be this wire here, which I need to find out how the heck do I take this apart, and if I should, to get to this wire to see if it's loose. Alright, I watched a few videos online, nothing too helpful to be honest. But supposedly this kind of comes apart. I'm pretty sure they have a special tool over at Ford to do this, and I don't want to break anything, especially because this is safety. I actually managed to pry it open, and what do you know? Look at the sensor there. It has all this gunk that somehow went in there, and it's covering it up. The wires seem to be perfectly secured in there. Nothing else seems to be broken. Okay, so let's find out here if that did anything. First, I want to buckle up the seat belt and see how exactly this actually acts like when you press it on the sensor. Let's find out. Seat belts off. There you go, just the sensor. So I'm gonna unbuckle it and buckle that back on. We're golden. First, that's so crazy to me that the only like dust was on the sensor. now I think I'm hoping that I can put it back together. Most of the videos that I saw there, they say that you have to glue it back together. We'll figure this out. That's not a big deal. I can buy some super glue and glue it that way. It does seem that it might have been glued together. Yeah, so it will indeed need some glue on there. To be quite honest with you, I might just kind of ghetto it up and put some rubber band and not super glue it, because if it happens again, which it probably will, I'll have to like pry it open again, and that's just another thing that I don't want to do. So for now, I do think I have some sort of black rubber band. I mean, it does stay this way, but it's not very sturdy, so just a little rubber band. I might get some glue, I don't know. Okay, so I'm just gonna rubber band it. I don't have a black rubber band. Attempt number 2, some electrical tape. Gonna make it look less ghetto, or maybe not. Also, do you hear that? How the heck do crows always follow me when I'm filming and trying to be professional over here? But no, you have a big ugly crow in the back thinking that it's singing. Okay, so this is a little bit more professional. You can barely see it. I mean, you know, you can see it, but still I think it's a better solution than actually gluing it back together. Like I said, if I want to take it back apart, I don't want to pry it open again. This would be much easier to just take off the electrical tape. All right, well, I fixed the second thing in the van, which was super annoying when I was driving. I'm so happy, to be honest, because otherwise I would have had to really pull the plug on it. I don't want that. I want it to be safe. Plus, I don't know if that would have triggered anything else like airbags and stuff like that, that they wouldn't work. Did it the right way and unclogged the sensor. To the next thing. I used to have 4 solar panels on the roof. I took one off, just installed the 3. So I have the 4th solar panel underneath the bed. And my plan with that is that I can run that in the sun while I have the van in the shade with a longer wire. And in order for me to do that, I have to have a plug somewhere here in the van, obviously. These are the Mc4 connectors that I have underneath the bed. This comes from the solar panels to the charge controller. And what I want to do, I have these plugs from the top of the roof because I had 4 solar panels, so I had to use these. And now since I have these 2 spare ones, I kind of want to just plug them in here, and then I will be able to just plug and play whenever I need that 4th solar panel. So it would be really handy here underneath the bed once these are plugged in. However, for some reason they don't fit well, so they won't click, and I'm gonna try to see and find out if I need to redo these and have them get plugged in a little bit better. They plug in here for some reason with each other, but when I try to put these in, they just won't click. I also forgot to mention that the van is in the shade, so it doesn't have a lot of power coming in, if any at all. And I think that's a better way to unplug the solars from the charge controller. Negative first. There we go. So normally what I would want to do is plug in the positive, and I think the positive does work. And you see, for some reason they don't want to plug in. And I think it's because the way I did the connection here, the wire itself was a little bit too forward, so I pulled on it a bit. Alright, now it clicks in there, so this should click in here. Now I'm gonna double check to see if it actually gets any feed in there. And if it does, then we're good to go. So I checked on my app feed, it does seem to be working. All done. So this is the positive. So basically I'm gonna be able to plug in the positive wire here, and then I'll have the negative there. I'll be able to plug that in and then run a wire out and basically, let's say, put the solar panel where there's sun while the van is in the shade. Another important thing fixed, and I'm kind of glad I did that, because all I have to do now is just buy a longer wire, maybe a 20-foot wire, and now I can park my van in the shade and just have that extra solar panel. We'll see how efficient that is and how much that charges, but if it works the way I think it is, because I'm gonna be able to like move it where the sun is, so that way I would get the optimal charge, then it would be a game changer for me. And now it's summer, so I rather not leave my van in the sun if I don't have to, but still be able to charge. We'll see how that goes. And the solar panel that I have, that's only 100 watts, if that interests anybody. All right, to the next thing. Next thing on the list that needs some fixing. It's not a big deal, but these drawers are from IKEA. So it does happen once in a while where the staples or the nails that they put in there, they just come loose. So I have a remedy for that. I actually have cabinet screws. Just gonna put one here, one here. It's because it hits this lip here, and that's what happens. So I like these better than this, because when they're soft, they don't really make noise like this does when you work with them. So in the future, I'm definitely gonna get more of these, but they do get beaten up as well. So these hold up aesthetically a little bit better. But the problem is with this, you hear that screeching? This doesn't do that, because it's just a softer material. And you know, when you're trying to be stealth sometimes and it does all that screeching, you know, it makes some noise, especially at night. I got these cabinet screws. So I pre-drilled some holes. I forgot to hit record. That happens sometimes. I'll talk for like 5 minutes and realize that I didn't hit record. The fun having recording stuff in the van. All right, so that's it. Pretty sturdy now. All right, so got that done. That was a pretty easy project, but I needed to get it done since I'm getting projects done in the van. I do this every month or so. There's like things that need to be fixed in the van because it's always rocking when I'm driving it. So things usually always come loose. Gotta check on them and, you know, just tighten things up around the van basically. All right, let's see what else I got going on here. I actually do write the projects down just so I don't forget anything. Got the armrest done. Oh, all right, so this is gonna be another safety thing, a very important one. I think it might be a bit of a difficult project, but I wanna get it done today. Basically, my backup camera stopped working in the back. When I washed the van with a little bit of pressure to clean off the roof when I installed the roof rack, you could see that in that video. I might have gotten some water in the so-called waterproof camera in the back, because if you see here, my actual the head unit, let's say, of the mirror works, or the camera. This is the front facing camera, and then the back camera doesn't work. It would have been like a split view. So the back camera that I have is back here on the back door. I guess some water got inside, and you know, if I were to open it, I would basically open the part that it's supposed to be waterproof, so I wouldn't do it any good, even if I were to fix it, because I think that's where the problem is. So I bought a different camera, just a backup camera, not the whole unit, to hook up hopefully to the wire for this camera, and then that will actually get installed here on the door, right here on the license plate bolts. First, I just need to figure out how I can attach, because these look different than the one camera that I have. It only has the one wire. This has like 2 wires, and that's kind of annoying. So I might have to cut the one wire and attach it to the other wire and see if that works. Before I take the whole paneling apart, I'm gonna cut the wire for the camera that's not working anymore, and then try to attach it to this camera just to see if it works. If it doesn't work, I'm not gonna take all the paneling off. I'm probably just gonna get an adapter. But hopefully this works. So what I'm gonna try to do is like cut the one single wire here, try to attach it to that, see if that works. Hopefully it does. If not, we're in trouble. I'll have to reattach these and get an adapter that actually fits these to that wire, which is a pain. Turn it back on. Okay, so still nothing. I tried to back up and it doesn't comply. You know, after many tries, this fix was unsuccessful. I need to get an adapter and figure out if I can install it that way and figure out what adapter I need. You know, you win some, you lose some, you know, that's how it goes. I tried. I do need a backup camera. I just think I didn't buy the right one. And I don't really want to buy a whole new system, but I might have to. Check out this video up here if you want to see more van life related content. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. You know, I did get some stuff done today, which I'm really pleased with. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.